You are ugly, you are stupid, and nobody likes you. Hello class, my name is Jacob Campbell. Today I'm going to be discussing cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a serious problem in today's world, and it can cause depression and something even worse, suicide. This can be shown through the rising teen suicide rate in the United States since 2007. Personally, I was cyberbullied when I was in middle school. It's not a very fun experience. First things first, I'm going to get into the pros and cons of social media. Next, I'm going to give a few examples of cases where cyberbullying occurred and then ultimately ended in teen suicide. Next, I'm going to speak about a few efforts that are currently being made to end this cyberbullying. And finally, I'm going to get into where to go from here in regards to the cyberbullying. So, first and foremost, I'm going to speak about the pros and cons of social media. A good thing about social media is that one can have access to anyone at any time. So an example of this would be, let's say I have missed a class and I need to get the notes from someone. I could go on social media, ask a classmate or a friend or whatever for the notes, and then boom, I get the notes. I don't waste any time and I'm not panicking because I'm behind in the class. Another example would be if I'm going to hang out with a few friends and I want to make a plan. I could go on social media, I could ask them what they want to do, and then you make a plan really fast in a matter of minutes without even having to be near them. Another good part about social media is that you can make friends through it. This is a very good thing for people who are socially awkward and aren't able to just walk up to someone. This is also good for people who have social anxiety and just literally it's fearful for them to walk up to someone and say hello to them. Another good thing about social media is that it can shape someone's personality. According to an online article in The Atlantic, Dr. Jean Twenge, a psychologist at the San Diego State University, states that social media is actually shaping today's youth, for this generation, of course. The bad parts about social media is that cyberbullies can pretty much reach their victims at any time during the day. And someone who is trying to get away from the cyberbullying and the bullying at school, it can be agonizing for them. According to an online article from the Huffington Post, written by Lindsay Holmes, this states that the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say they did a study, and 2 out of every 100,000 women and 10 out of every 100,000 men committed suicide in the year 2007. And in the year 2015, the suicide rates increased for women. They doubled from 2 to 4 every 100,000 people and for men, they increased to 10 to 14 every 100,000 people. This is a very big problem. Another bad part about social media is that people can make fake accounts. And this is a very bad thing in the sense that one can essentially bully anyone anonymously, and you can't really track the bullies when it's an anonymous bullying. Moving forward, since I've talked about the pros and cons of social media, I'm going to get into the examples of the cases where cyberbullying ended in teen suicide. The first case is the case of Mallory Grossman, according to a CBS News article, who killed herself at 12 years old. Her parents discovered that she was being cyberbullied when they went through her phone after the fact. Diane Grossman, Mallory Grossman's mother, blamed the school district because she had I quote, "She had a regular history pattern of the school dismissing my concerns." Another case of cyberbullying that ended in suicide was the case of Conrad Roy III. According to an ABC News article, Conrad Roy committed suicide at 18 years old, and Michelle Carter, his girlfriend at the time, ridiculed him and pressured him into stepping into a toxic gas-filled car, which ultimately killed him. And at this point, she is facing time for involuntary manslaughter of Conrad Roy III. Now that I've presented these cases, I'm going to move on to the efforts being made to end cyberbullying for good. At the government level, there is a campaign going on. It's stopbullying.gov. It's a government-run website, and it's aimed to end bullying. There is a page on this website that's aimed at cyberbullying specifically so that parents know what to do in these situations. At the state level, there are laws being passed all the time. They differ from state to state. Some states you can have laws that are against cyberbullying and some aren't. For example, the state of Florida has laws that are against cyberbullying along with regular bullying. So they're treated just the same. Moving on to the moving forward against cyberbullying portion. Cyberbullying is as serious as regular bullying and should be treated as such. The effects of cyberbullying are, as I've mentioned before, cyberbullying can lead to depression and ultimately suicide. Teens love their self-image and they are trying to find out who they are. And this is a very, very vulnerable time for these kids. Another point of this, of cyberbullying being this serious, is that cyberbullying is a crime. If someone notices cyberbullying going on, they should contact the police. To conclude, cyberbullying is a major cause of the teen suicide rate rising. Not only are these people not able to get away from the bullying, they basically can't be themselves. Cyberbullying is highly capable of driving an impressionable teen to committing suicide and ruining their family's lives. Thank you.